And so we can have our strong convictions and still befriend each other, still see each other, and still learn from each other and find our common, our commonality, and not try to, it doesn't honor any tradition to say we're all saying the same thing. We're saying some of the same things, and we're saying some things very differently. And that's got to be okay. And I just think you've done a masterful job of that. And the people that you think about interviewing, I mean, every year, the people you're interviewing or you're bringing together for this are such amazing stories. And you're right. When you think about Jacqueline Mercatati, I'm mispronouncing her last name, but her, what happened in Rwanda was what happened in Germany and in Europe under the Nazis. They began to dehumanize the Jewish people. They othered them, they dehumanized them, and then they began to, and the more you could do that, the more you could convince your neighbors it was okay that these people were being arrested, and for them not to ask questions about where they were being taken or what happened to them. And in the case of Rwanda, these are people who are basically the same people, only categorized in these different tribal names, and they're Christians killing other Christians. I mean, it was astounding what happened. And it was all in, again, as you described it, propaganda. It's the narrative. It's the thing that you convince yourself, the tape that you play over and over again. And we see this in politics too. So you talked about it when it comes to race, and we see it when it comes to race and racism. We've seen it in the last year when it comes to the polarization in America, when it comes to politics, is we can begin to have a narrative, and we have the biases, and we listen for news sources that only confirm our bias. And pretty soon we hate those other people. We can't even be in a relationship with people of the other political party or whatever it might be. And somehow what you're doing is critical to trying to heal a very broken world, and in our country, a very divided world. And I'm so grateful for that, Mindy.